Essential oils. They're all the rage these days.
More and more people are bypassing the pharmacy in favor of something else, essential oils made from plants.
Yeah, but many are now swearing by the therapeutic health benefits from these plant-based oils.
After trying a natural home remedy, one, by the way, that is surging in popularity lately.
The truth is that oil has hundreds of compounds in it. And so if somebody asks you, what will that oil do? You can give them a quantum physics answer and say, what do you want it to do? Because it's just a packet of possibilities.
What we want to talk about now is the different ways on how you can use the essential oils. And of course, the original ways to do aromatherapy that has been done for thousands of years. The problem comes, can you ingest oils? When you go to aromatherapy school, they will tell you never ever consume, internalize an essential oil because it could be life-threatening. Well, so watch my suicide right now in front of the camera. Wow. Just about 3 or 4 drops. Look, I completely understand the line of thinking because there are essential oils you should never internalize. However, what that line of thinking should also understand is when you just stay with aromatherapy alone, you're missing out on so much of the world that the essential oils can give us. I hear people that are really very, very aggressively defending the statement you should never eat or consume an essential oil because it's dangerous to your life. Guess what? Those people go the same day, they go to the grocery store, they buy food, they buy beverages, they eat it, they drink it, and they're still alive. Why? Because all these foods, all these beverages, all the flavors are essential oils. So the FDA has an entire article that talks about the oils that they have approved, essential oils for flavoring of food and beverages. Unfortunately, these are typically not natural, pure essential oils. They're synthetics because the food and beverage companies are trying to save money. But if you think that you never ever consume an essential oil, you need to rethink your life because you're eating and drinking them every single day. And you can go, let's say in France, and you go to the pharmacy and say, I will kind of cold, I have a little cough, I need something. And they will ask you and say, do you want a pill, a medicine, or you want something natural? So I'll say, I want something natural. They say, do you want an essential oil? I say, cool, I want an essential oil. And they say, how do you want it? I have capsules here, I have capsules there. And you can buy entire boxes with pre-filled capsule with essential oils, and you can consume them. So they are used in the culture, and they're still doing very well. So now from the FDA point of view, there is a different kind of topic that you need to look at. It's called labeling. So if you label something as a cosmetic act oil, meaning an aromatic, you're not allowed to ingest it. If it's part of a supplement, then you can ingest it. I use oils to improve athletic performance, or exercise performance. So I use that with professionals, with athletes, but as well with people like me that just want to improve the exercise. When you take peppermint and you rub it on your muscles and you inhale it, you're getting more air. Well, the reason for that is you're opening your small airways in your lungs. So therefore you're getting more oxygen, and the oxygen will go into your blood, and now you have more oxygen delivery to your muscles. So that will lead to a longer muscle contraction before you reach what we call a lactic threshold. The lactic threshold is when you don't have enough oxygen and you can produce energy with your muscles, the muscle will start using a pathway that does not use oxygen. We call this anaerobic pathway, and it will create lactic acid. So when you build up a lot of lactic acid in your muscle, then the muscle will quit working. So how easy it is just to use a little bit peppermint and the lactic threshold goes up. And so I use this for my workout, I use this with athletes, I use peppermint, I use other oils. I use oils that already prevent the soreness of the muscle when I'm done with the workout. I can work out better, I can work out longer. You take 1 drop of peppermint in a glass of water just before you work out, your grip strength will increase by 34%, your vertical jumping will increase 7%, and your long jumping just out of your standing will increase 6%. Why is that? Because you just got more oxygen in your muscle. So I use peppermint, not just rub it on my muscle and inhale it, I also put 1 or 2 drops in my drink. And so I increase my workout performance. Once you have a safe oil to ingest in your hand, how would you ingest it? Well, I demonstrated you one way to do that. It's just kind of drop it in under your tongue or on your tongue. Another way to do that is to take a glass of water, and then you drop a few drops here, and then you just start drinking. Now, another way to do that is to take little capsules. This is a little capsule maker, just to put the capsule in there. And just to show you how that works, these are vegetable capsules, they empty. Now, don't try with water because water will dissolve it. So, but you can use any kind of oil, coconut oil, whatever, or an essential oil. And the way you would do that, you would open that capsule, and you would take your oil, and then you just kind of fill it up. And now you see, hopefully, so here I just filled the whole capsule. So I'm gonna cap that back together, dunk. Voila, I have my essential oil capsule. What do I do with this? I take my essential oil infused water, and I'm healthy. There is a whole list in the FDA which one are approved, one not. And if your company that sells you your essential oil is very smart, they will go through the energy and to the costs and the lawyers and the collaboration with the FDA to label them so that you as a consumer, you know which one you can consume internally and which one not. And again, I absolutely agree with the aromatherapy school, with that line of thinking. They are very on the careful side. That's always good to be. There are some essential oil you should never ingest. They have certain things in it that your body will not tolerate very well. And then the last question is, what dose can you ingest? If you do a few drops of each oil, that will be fine. Have you watched a movie commercial on a drug? So you're sitting there and you're seeing a grandma playing with the children, somebody helping building a house for someone who lost a house. There's a voice in the back that will tell you, oh, you will die because your liver will fail, and you will die the most terrible death you ever seen. But all you'll see is the wonderful mother with the children and the flowers, and you don't listen to that voice anymore. So when you take the essential oil in comparison to that one drug, because now you're giving this mega dose of this drug, of course you have all these side effects. But when you take the oil, you have all this balance, and so your safety margin is just absolutely amazing. It's just humongous. If it's done in a reasonable amount, it's very, very safe.
You can read a lot of books out there that forbid any internal use of oils. They say it's dangerous, you should never take them internally. And then you read another book that says it's okay. Well, here's the source of that contradiction. There are several schools of thought and schools of practice with use of oils. The German school of thinking is that the best way to take the oils is to inhale them. And that's a good idea because when you inhale them, not only do they go to the limbic brain where you can deal with emotional issues, but they go into your lungs and into your bloodstream and they reach every organ and cell in your body that way. But then you have the British school, which thinks that oils are intrinsically dangerous. They don't recognize any healing properties of the oils, and they basically recommend diluting essential oils down to no more than 2 to 5%, and then use it for massage. And they also believe that it's dangerous to take oils internally, and they don't even think an undiluted oil should be put on your skin. Well, partly that has to do with they don't have good oils. Most oils out there that you will buy that have a label on them that says an essential oil are maybe only partly essential oil. They have other things in them that would be toxic and would be dangerous and should not be taken internally. The British are not careful about what kind of oil they use, so they're using inferior grade oils, and for that reason they have to be careful. And that's where all of those fears and cautions come from. So when you see these contradictions, just realize they're in a different world. And all the dangers they talk about, they're not there for what we use. But then there's another school of thought, and that's the French school, is that oils are pretty safe to use any way you want to use them, provided they are pure, organic, properly distilled oils. So in the French school, they take them orally, they take them directly on the skin, they take them by holding them in the mouth. They will soak right through the lining of your mouth and go straight to the bloodstream that way. But you have to use common sense. You don't want to drink a whole bottle of any oil. Too much of anything, even a good thing, can be deadly. So as long as you don't overdo it, it's safe to take a pure therapeutic grade oil.